Welcome back to our first series of the day, and honestly, if it continues in the way that Game 1 fell through, I'm well excited for this. Newbee against LGD, already a spectacular start, an hour-long game to kick things off here for the final day of the B stream for Katowice group stage. Lacoste, wow, what do we expect from this?
I'm expecting that. I just hope LGD is not tilted from the previous game. Some bad decision making, especially the buyback part on that troll when they were trying to make some clowny action near tier 3 tower. And they had enough time to actually talk about it, what went wrong. And overall, before the series even started, we talked about LGD's decision making. I'm not sure, probably FY does it, but he has some experienced players, some new, so that could be a problem for them. Oh, this is some interesting opening from LGD, Beastmaster and Keeper of the Light. We see these two paired up on an offlane. I think EG played the same thing in their Game 1 against Kingwin. Let me just check. I know they had a super farm Beastmaster.
But yeah, having that chakra magic on the wild axes, spamming them onto the safe laner, very, very heavy pressure from an early start. And of course, Kotl with that kind of global presence. You know, you have a hero with a boot to travel or something like that, go onto boars, get recalled across the map. You have a lot of global pressure already from LGD to start things off. We'll see what they aim towards later on. You know, you can think about your Tinkers, your Phantom Lancers potentially with a bit of split push, bit of action as you drag them into fights. But Newbee, Witch Doctor Sand King, pretty standard opener from them. Faith's Witch Doctor was exceptional in the previous game. We've seen a lot of Witch Doctor recently. Ticks a lot of the boxes. Sand King, still pretty open, but likely to be Kaka's hero in that roaming 4. And the DK ban from Newbee. They know what's up.
So Night Stalker ban, they don't think that's a Sand on position 4. Seems like in the past, let's say a month, we see a rise of a position 3 Sand again. It's not 4. I would give it 70 to 30% that it's more on an offlane, this Sand. Witch Doctor is good against the Beastmaster, but not on early levels because he doesn't even skill his Call of the Beast. Call of the Wild. Yeah.
I'd agree with the 70-30 for any team that's not Newbee. Kaka Sand King is like, guys, just give it to me. I'll show you. 4 all Sand King still there. But yeah, for sure, we've seen a ton of that offlane Sand King as the final bans in our second phase. Lycan removed by Newbee. Getting rid of a lot of these hardcore pushing heroes that would tie in nicely with the Kotl, the Beastmaster, and just that natural timing, like 20 to 25 minutes. Ags Kotl, start shoving in tier 3s, remove a lot of those options. Now,
I'm wondering why they removed the Weaver. I'm trying to think of an option. Well, Weaver is a hero that could evade those wild axes, can't get hit by it, is not pressured in the safe lane. That could be the reason.
I wish I could draw.
Or they want to pick a Batrider maybe. But they already have a Beastmaster, so it doesn't make sense.
Lone Druid, maybe, is an option as well.
Could be.
But I think your first point was probably the most valid there, with the fact that in these aggressive dual lanes with Beastmaster Kotl, you want to be kind of parallel to your opponents, if that makes sense. You know, if you just think of if you think of that lane as kind of a box, right? You're on the bottom line of the box, the enemy's on the top line of the box, but with Weaver, he's able to shift very quickly between the two lines, backstab the Kotl, who's hiding in the trees.
Yeah.
Like you said, dodge the wild axes.
Dodge the wild axes, dodge the Q from Keeper of the Light.
A Newbee Brew. Even more credence to the 4-roll Sand King, as that is likely to be KP's hero. What does Brewmaster give you here that's exceptionally good? Counter initiation against Roar. Blink clap onto Kotl.
Dispels the chakra magic. Not bad overall. I mean, Brewmaster is the hero that controls the team fights, especially if you have, let's say, Omni Knight, Abaddon, heroes like that.
So a fair bit of team fight chaos from Newbee then. LGD. A Bane. Interestingly enough. A good hero, Up against the Brew, you've got that Nightmare and the Fiend's Grip. A couple of things to cancel in there with Sand King, Burrow Strike, and Cask from Witch Doctor, of course. But another thing Bane gives you is that kind of halt to the little equilibrium drags you can do with Brew in the off lane.
Remaining.
So KP maybe has a little bit of a worse time in lane.
5 seconds remaining.
So this means Bane is going to be hard 5, which will give Keeper of the Light enough time to get his
LGD
Aghanim Scepter up.
Phantom Lancer.
PL for Newbee. I was maybe thinking about that for LGD, so potentially a bit of a snipe pick out, but also pretty decent hero here to jump in past that Beastmaster onto the Kotl in that aggro lane.
Remaining.
With the help of Sand King and Witch Doctor. I've got all the control in the world for him to be able to output damage.
Yeah, he's not affected by Blinding Light. He can easily dispel it and Mana Leak with the Doppelganger.
And he can go into mid or safe lane right as well. Still pretty open there for Newbee, depending on what they want to run. Pretty much immediate LGD counterpick there is the Terrorblade, Ame's signature hero for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. And with that reflection, pretty decent here up against the Brew and the PL. Gets very annoying up in their faces as the Leshrac ban from Newbee. Don't give that to Maybe, as he's got the Nightmare to set up for those Split Earth stuns. Leshrac could have been pretty good here, and he's often been known as that kind of pseudo-counter to the Phantom Lancer, right? You have that back and forth, very similar to the Gyro Lycan back and forth, the Lesh and PL, similar premise as well, with all of that AoE damage, but as soon as PL is able to get a few items and Phantom Rush on top of the Leshrac, things get a little more difficult. Still.
Yeah. So Phantom Lancer can be played at mid, so is Terrorblade, but I think both are gonna pick mid heroes. Maybe a Puck would be a good choice for Newbee. Even Queen of Pain doesn't sound too bad, not too much the controller in these fights.
I like the way they've set up in a way that Tinker doesn't feel good to be picked. You know, they've got a TB and you kind of feel, oh, Tinker would be good here against the TB. But they've got the Vision from Kotl, Beastmaster. They've got the Catch with the Beastmaster Roar and potentially just a nice little mana leak there from the Kotl as well. So they've got some ways to deal with the Tinker and might not need to waste a ban on it. What other mid-heroes? You mentioned the Queen of Pain for SCCC. Is OD still out there as well, potentially?
OD sounds good as well. Against the Beastmaster Roar, you're kind of forcing him to actually use it on you, but with 1/4 staff, let's say from Sand King, you can easily disrupt it. Not these two heroes, Bane and Kotl, they don't provide too much burst damage, and they're squishy, easily focused in team fights. And OD, of course, against the Terrorblade illusions. Well, they actually think Tinker was a good pick. Brewmaster with his Dispel is going to deal a lot of damage to the Terrorblade illusions. He's going to Dispel it immediately. They take 400% more damage. So, with the Dispel dealing, I think it's 1,000. Should be 1,000.
They do get destroyed very quickly.
4 times 1,000, that should be
much
higher. Let me just check.
You can do the research and the maths as the final pick from Newbee is a sniper.
Choose your hero.
Well, keen on Keen Gaming in that mid lane. SCCC sniper and Somnus, maybe.
I saw a discussion somewhere about the sniper against the Terrorblade, because he's not affected by metamorphosis. He's not the one being
he can't be affected, really?
Yeah, by reflection. Can't get close, especially in the late game. He naturally builds into Maelstrom / Mjolnir, so he has ways to deal with the illusions as well. And they don't have any gap closers besides, let's say, Beastmaster blinking in and using a Roar on a Sniper. Sniper is a good pickup here.
I just want to say again how shiny he is. This bleak hallucination effect just spreading through China onto every single item. Possibly imaginable, but here we go. Game number 2. Newbee against LGD. The battle for China in this lower bracket for ESL One Katowice. The winner of this will progress through against the winner in that EG against Kinguin matchup, which looks like it is still about halfway through game number 2, but we'll not focus on that. You can head over to the mainstream if you want to see the polls against the Americans right now. China on China. LGD Newbee. Kaka on that Sand King, one of his real signature heroes there. Starts off with boots first, SCCC on the sniper, heading towards mid lane with Mugi KP leading the charge here on the Phantom Lancer and the Brewmaster. Are they going to go for a late-ish smoke, contest some runes, look for some backstab plays? It looks like they are all grouping up. There we go. Pop the smoke and move on forward. Faith on the Witch Doctor, leading up the rear, as maybe Gyro is heading towards the safe lane, in fact. So they're going to have this mid-Terror Blade for Ame. X-Nova, Bane, FY Kotl. Oh, he just got a little glimpse there. They know that this smoke has happened. Nice play from the Kotl there, just getting into position. This will allow Chalice now to potentially snipe out the bottom rune, as FY...
FY knows. Oh,
he knows everything.
He has
Maybe
boots,
dies,
but he's gonna die. That was so greedy. Like, he knew that they placed a ward there. He immediately switched from Observer Ward to a Sentry, but he should just wait, maybe even give the last hit to his mid-hero.
I guess by doing this, he's secured themselves triple bounty rune, got a nice little ward to deny out. Faith is looking to drop here as well, as maybe chases him down. One more hit is what he needs. Faith into the Roche pit, and the slow hand of Roshan not fast enough, while Kaka, right-click down here. If the miss, he dodges uphill. X-Nova would have needed one additional hit there if that had not missed. Bane will not be able to succeed in that kill, as it looks like LGD going for some lane swaps. Moving Gyro down towards bottom to try and match up against KP. Don't want to be in this defensive tri-lane against an aggro from Newbee, it appears.
And they're swapping immediately, since LGD saw it. They want to have Beastmaster and Kotl against that PL. Stop his farming. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, KP having good time. Just clicking
PL.
those creeps, huh?
Yeah.
It always feels good when you're not the first one who actually swaps. We saw that yesterday where Eternal Envy was level 1 on that Gyro at, what, like 3-minute mark?
Yeah, just walking from lane to lane, trying to not use your TPs. So how do things end up here now? Mugi is TP'd bottom lane. LGD, they can still TP their Gyro up towards top if need be. But for now, KP and Faith top lane with the Brew and the Witch Doctor. Beastmaster spamming out these axes, of course, as the Illuminates fly out from FY, chipping away at the HP totals of this Radiant side, doing a pretty decent job here at sending them back. But the mid lane, for me, probably going to be the most interesting one, but we'll come back in a second because X-Nova is being chased down here with another lance from Mugi. The Nightmare will hold the Sand King away, so no Burrow Strike play, and that will mean the Bane will live to fight another day. But mid lane, I want to hear some more thoughts on this. Sniper against the TB.
Sniper's gonna farm, Terrorblade's gonna farm. When meta is down, Sniper has advantage, of course, especially since he got the first blood, so he has 2 raid bans, which gives him a lot of damage and attack speed as well.
Oh yeah.
62 against 59, but he has a Quelling Blade.
Faith. FY. High ground ward. Oh my goodness, has he really just done this? Illuminate finishes him. Nice little pick off there. Not sure if the ward was worth it, but still, that will give a decent amount of vision. Let's just have a quick look, actually. Sees a decent chunk there. Watches the creep wave come in. Sees some TPs on that tower, potentially.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Got the kill. Already 600 gold. Even though he died once, he should get some clarity potions up.
Keep spamming out spells.
Yeah, so he can get level 3. Then he gets more mana and he can give Beastmaster. Oh, look at this. The amount of damage that these axes deal.
KP.
Is he gonna go again? Yeah, misses.
KP with a salve, the double mango. Still going to be annoyed by this lane. Ame with no stout shield in a lane against the Sniper is an unusual one for me. Going straight for the Ring of Aquila for that nice bit of extra damage. I guess he does have 13 armor, so a bit more resilient against the little right clicks from Sniper. Feels he doesn't need the stout shield for now, as SCCC tries to chip away at the
Sniper doesn't really deal that much damage to a Terrorblade. too much armor. But if they rotate Sand King with level 2/3 Shrapnel, they can easily get a kill on him.
So the balance of the lanes right now maybe is struggling. 8 and 2 with Mugi up at 17-5. Safe lane going very well. The backstab from Kotl. Illuminate lands onto SCCC. Another one ready from FY, but the Sniper turns to fight.
No boots against Boots Kotl. Can't really catch him.
Looks like that's the way of things as top lane. There we go. Maybe swaps up. Chalice will look to TP down towards bottom lane as well. Just trying to pressure back KP. A little touch more as Brewmaster gets forced back. Arme's Metamorphosis here. Bit of damage onto the sniper. Just whack him around a bit. Chalice gets that bounty rune sniped away from him, and Kaka will get the double, in fact. Good movement from the Sand King there. Chalice dragging waves all the way across from top towards mid. Arme gets, again, chipped away at. Tangos will do for now. Could do with a salve given to the Beastmaster, but it looks like that's not happening. It's top lane, in they go. Brew, KP here to try and deal with the gyro. A few more punches will secure that kill. The stick charges come through, and maybe Burrow struck up by Kaka. Level 1 Burrow Strike.
It felt like it's level 2 Burrow. Chalice gets the last hit, even gets the pig. 1 level, or boar as you like to call it. Or a dog.
A dolphin, whatever it is, you know, just a mammalian creature. Some kind of furry beast. I don't know, what does it say in the tooltip? What does it actually call it? It's just a boar. It's called a boar, but sometimes they don't look like boars, Lacoste. Sometimes a boar doesn't look like a boar.
The one we were talking about looks more of a boar than an original boar from Beastmaster.
Who was that playing that? I can't remember now. Some skilled Beastmaster player. Well, here they come. You talked about the Sand King and the Witch Doctor and their rotation abilities. They are undecided. Top mid. Where do we go? Where do we head? Arme, though, has gone down the ramp. Needs to reposition.
Level 6.
Has
He's killed Sunder.
He can swap back, but no, the cask and the headshots. Couldn't go for Faith as he had tanked the tower. Kaka, not the primary target, would have liked to go for SCCC, but still loses his life. Like you said, he held that point. And then you go in mid lane, you hover over the TB skills, you see if he's got that little green circle around him. I think it was Miracle the other night that had a nice little play with that as well, baiting people in and then skilling the Sunder at the last second. Kaka yet again going for this bounty rune snipe. X-Nova doesn't want anything to do with it. Just gives it away to the Sand King after a quick nightmare.
What do we have? Beastmaster with phase boots finished. He's gonna heal up. He puts a lot of pressure on a Phantom Lancer. I wonder what the build for Phantom Lancer this game is gonna be.
Not Battle Fury.
I hope not Battle Fury. It doesn't feel right. They have enough ways to deal with Terrorblade illusions. Enough AoE. I checked the Panda's Dispel deals 1,000 damage to summon, so it means it deals what, 4,000 damage if I'm not wrong.
It's pretty big. Pretty damn big. Gyro switching to the mid lane. He's had enough of the side lanes. This aggro squad from Newbee up at top. Too much for him to handle. X-Nova will also duck away from that lane. Arme's Terrorblade now farming jungle. LGD starting to fall behind a little bit in these lanes. They will move in towards Mugi here with a Kotl, but Chalice, no mana to really play with. Just trying to snipe out a bit of the stack there as FY clears up a creep. But mid lane, they lose the gyro.
He doesn't even need to use ulti.
Was that just Sniper clicking him?
Yep.
Well, that's not very good now, is it?
He could have DP'd back to this shrine for efficiency.
He goes home, though. Home is where the fountain is.
He knows that he's not gonna be threatened because they don't have any gap closers, so he can go for Mask of Madness and just deal insane amount of damage from as far as possible.
Radiant's middle tower.
Does that mean maybe the Beastmaster needs to think about, you know, a blink dagger early on? Yeah. Top lane, the pressure just relentless here. KP getting a lot of farm in this top lane, already level 6. With treads completed, maybe trying to get these flat cannon hits out to secure CS and also harass KP, but Kaka moving forward. Burrow Strike ready at level 2.
That's going to be enough.
Ooh, Nightmare's there from Bane to slow things down, so they turn and burn onto him instead. The X-Nova Bane, Brain Saps back onto Kaka, down he goes, and Faith turned on with the Metamorphosis here from the TB. Cyclone onto Gyro will hold him back, but X-Nova surviving long enough to keep the Brewmaster in play. Now the Sniper arrives in with the damage. Cyclone the TB again as SCCC moves back and now forward. Somnus, Assassinate, flies on through, but the Shrine is there, and KP unable to secure that kill onto the Gyro. Will lose every bit of HP he has.
That was a good rotation. They were kind of hesitating to get on top of Gyro. Sand King had a stun ready, but they need to woke Panda up so they can actually deal the damage. Way too deep though. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane, pressuring the tower, getting a lot of farm, and he's not going for Battle Fury build. Pepe Prey.
Praise Mugi. Diffusal coming. Chalice has Vlad's queued up, interestingly enough. Potentially just looking for a timing push here with the Terrorblade, but we'll see how that goes as the Kotl moves towards the Force Staff before the Ags. Pretty standard stuff there from LGD. Arme, though, hiding away in these jungle camps, farming decently enough and also hiding away from the map, using meta to come out and fight and maybe pressure some towers for now. But this opens things up so nicely for Newbee. They get tier 1 mid, they can swing up towards top, they've got wards down everywhere in this dire jungle.
They want to invade dire jungle. They have 3 wards, 9 minutes in. They want to keep the pressure. Since Panda has a lot of farm, they have Sanking who can set things up easily, and again, nothing to get close to a sniper who's not that even high level, but still, I don't think they can defend this tower. They might need to use Gyro ulti, which is on cooldown.
Well, I was just about to ask, is Mugi in trouble at all? The Roar will come out, and it looks like they've secured the kill there.
Yeah, this ward gives way too much vision. You see both camps when someone is rotating from the side, when someone is approaching from a lane to defend the tower.
Kaka. He's towing that line so very nicely. LGD just being held back here on the top lane. Arme, low HP, but continues shoving out the wave. Treads up and moving into the Yasha, it looks like, from that Terrorblade. A very good D-ward from Faith, though. Not only are they getting sick wards down themselves, but they're removing a lot of this dire vision. Making sure that LGD can't really make any moves.
Oh, what was that sound?
Oh, it's the Beastmaster when he picks the bounty rune. He goes, woohoo! Woohoo!
It sounded like a girl. These are some bearded women.
Yeah. Perfectly normal. Down goes Bane. Quick and simple. He D-wards, but unfortunately will fall for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kaka's so close to Blink. Like, for 11 minutes in, you know, halfway to Blink is very good from him. Oh, hello, Faith KP moving in behind the trees. Mugi's cut in, found FY. Castle Force Staff's back, but they've got the Primal Split to go. Cyclone and the Beastmaster finish off FY with the Assassinate. Now moving on to Chalice, potentially. Mugi is ready to fight. A disengage from LGD as maybe
They don't want to go
away.
Too deep again. They should be happy with what they got. Bane has ulti ready. He's in range.
There we go. Nicely done. Grip onto KP. He will fall, but the turnaround play from Mugi. There's the Gyro dead. The Roar cancelled. Doesn't want to throw it in. Chalice realizes there's no damage to come in as the Terrorblade down at bottom lane is potentially in a bit of trouble. Yeah, he's being forced back by the Sand King. Maybe had his TP cancelled, but there's the Assassinate from this sniper yet again. A double kill for SCCC. 7-0-1 on the sniper.
He's going ham this game. Has enough gold if he wants to buy Mithril Hammer or if he wants to go for a Pike. Just to save up himself and his teammates. I don't know. He can farm a lot with Mithril Hammer. I mean, just to upgrade it to Maelstrom.
You know it's a bad time when your Gyro's the one buying the smokes for your team. Maybe in Chalice. Oh, Beastmaster also buying a smoke for himself. Mugi has the Doppelganger away. There is a cooldown from Maybe to be thrown in here. The homing missile will track back the PL, make sure they know which one's real. This is now a little bit too deep, it feels like. Chalice still going in. He's walked into the middle of 3 Newbee heroes all alone.
It seems like they're very tilted. They want something to happen, but again, they can't make a right decision, and they're diving way too deep. You okay, Gary? What was that look?
That was a questionable move. Like it was pretty. Maybe didn't make the call. You know, he kind of dipped away, wanted to give up on that. Chalice potentially just didn't hear him or didn't understand what was going on. But some kind of miscommunication for sure between the two of them there, right? Sniper did not go for Maelstrom. Sniper did not go for Dragonlance or Force Staff towards the Hurricane Pike. You talked about him just doing damage from long range and not being touched because there's no gap close. And if you want a damage item, well, I'll tell you now, Crystallis, one of the most efficient gold to damage items in the game.
All right, well, it makes It makes sense to one extent. Like they're not touching him, and for 2,000 gold, a little bit more. He has a critical strike, plus he has 20 damage talent on level 10.
Hell yeah. 20 damage.
He has 200 damage with critical strike and some extra with headshot.
Kotl just continues farming back in the jungle. You know, maybe you can look towards the future and think that with the split push plays you have with the Kotl, the AoE heal you get there, that shove timing from LGD, they're still trying to build up into it with a grab onto Sand King bottom lane. This is a good way to start your push into tier 2.
Yeah, they got a good kill, but Sand King already bought the Blink Dagger, so he's fine. Meta is used. I'm not sure they can defend this tower. They're running, but five heroes are on bottom, so that's gone.
Oh, they dodged the smoke pop there, Newbee. X-Nova went for a wander all the way towards mid to get a ward down between the towers, it looks like. They do have the Blink Clap and the split as well. The Death Ward down onto Gyro. Looks like he's going to fall here, but they get the Witch Doctor at the very least. A homing missile onto Mugi will catch. But PL now potentially able to chase people down. There's no TP on the Beastmaster. Assassinate will come out, nearly finish him off, but they want to cycle in up this Terrorblade for as long as possible. Chalice still being run back. TB being focused now. Kaka and Mugi both in on top of him. This is the big kill. We don't care about the Beastmaster dying. We want to see Ame die here as Newbee run him down. Sunder at the ready, but Kaka's holding that stun until they have the perfect amount of damage.
He didn't have ulti there to cast it, didn't even skill it. That's why he was saving a stun, and the ward gets pinged out. It's not in range though, so that's gonna get dewarded as well.
And LGD.
Or maybe not. He was maybe pinging it for a shrine to get her up.
Come here, lads. Let's go shrine. That would have been okay for LGD if all they had lost was the gyrocopter, but losing all 3 of your cores in quick succession just for a tier 2. Newbee being very snappy and decisive with their maneuvers across the map, and another smoke here with a sniper involved. Diffusal Blade is done for the PL. I don't know where he is now. Down bottom lane, shoving tier 1. Maybe trying to find this FY Kotl. It's being pinged down by Mugi. They know he is lurking around in the area. Whether or not they can dive deep enough to find him, though, as FY has that Force Staff and a TP. He's backed up just far enough away to stay out of danger for now. There's the Force back, but he's trapped. Kaka, Burst strikes in, and the poor Keeper of the Light, even with the blinding light, will die to SCCC's Assassinate.
Yeah, they should try to plant this anti-Tinker ward on this side to see Kotl blasting it from jungle.
He's rushing Daedalus on Sniper, by the way.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mask of Madness, frickin' Daedalus.
I don't think anyone builds Daedalus as a second item.
Nope, don't think so. It's pretty big though, pretty big. PL, 7.5k net worth with a Diffu done, 1500 saved up, can start looking towards his Yasha into that Manta style potentially, while we look at LGD's cores. Gyro down in the dumps a little bit here. Below the Beastmaster, still trying to build that BKB, and it's a rushed one at that. Gonna be that kind of 20-minute BKB to try and have that swing fight, get momentum back on their side, or I say back on their side, but for the first time in this game on their side, it feels like, as they have the Vlads now. Solar Crest coming for Chalice. It really is just LGD building all these little small items, trying to fit in towards that 20-25 minute timing with the Kotl Ags, which is coming. But this one's interesting. Please, look at the TB and tell me what's going on with that item.
I guess he wants to be the gap closer between him and Sniper.
See, I thought so, but it's an unusual one.
I don't know, if he's on low HP, blinks in, uses it on Sniper, gets a lot of gold. You know, the old strat where you were fooling around, go for Shadowblade Dagon on Terrorblade, huh?
So he goes into, you know, an ancient camp or Roshan, drops himself to no HP. You just Shadowblade Sunder.
I don't think that this Blink Dagger is worth at all, to be honest. It's only level 2 reflection. He keeps farming. It gives him some farming capability because he's jumping around the camps.
Well, FY, this time he's been found. I don't think there's any way he gets out of there. Definitely not. I guess when you see the Sniper with no Force, no Pike, the Blink Dagger kind of makes sense, and now Ame is able to jump in onto the PL with the help of this Bane setup. They get Mugi. Mid lane though, Kaka back in with a Burst Strike. Blink Clap from KP, and Chalice will be the second LGD hero middle lane to fall. Sniper continues this streak beyond godlike. 11-0-3. Bottom lane is being shoved. TB blinks back and away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
TP's towards mid lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, just a casual Yasha with power threads. You don't have the stats and the HP from that Dragon Lance as well, nor from Manta style. It just doesn't feel right.
A nice little catch here onto X-Nova as he made the run from bot lane. Tried to TP out, but Kaka, well, he has been on the money so far. Good rotation movement there from Newbee. Unfortunately, though, the Ancient Prowler Shaman one step ahead with the damage. Oh, maybe solo dying here to the Brewmaster. Being caught there with a Cyclone into the stun, and down he goes. Buys the BKB out fully.
They're definitely tilt. I gotta say, they're dying at 2/3 points of the map at the same time. Yeah, Beastmaster needs something to close the gap, so he has Shadowblade queued up. He needs to get close to Sniper and surprise him.
550-ish, 60-ish, 70-ish, yeah. Bit of damage there from SCCC. Nice chunks of red numbers appearing above all the little creeps' heads. Brew with the Vlads to try and counteract the Beastmaster Vlads, but blink on blink action, Lacoste. SCCC has Mom Daedalus Blink Dagger, and I've got to say I have never seen this sniper build in this progression before. I've seen
Blinks on Sniper. Yeah, it's viable.
I've seen Daedalus on Sniper. I've seen Mo on Sniper.
Not in this order.
All together in this order is an unusual one. Kaka here spots out X-Nova. A quick blink and a what the fuck is going on. Kaka will get an Observer Ward down at the very least. Doesn't catch the Bane though.
Calm down, I was just planting a knob.
Misclick. He misclicked the stun instead of the Obs Ward, right? Ame, blink on cooldown for a couple of seconds here. Could still potentially be found, but it looks like he's made enough of a gap between himself and the enemy team. Bottom lane, hey, take a look at Chalice. In onto the tier 3 with a catapult ready. He will TP away as Terrorblade cuts the wave top. Blink clap. Ame TPing out. No stuns here, it doesn't look like, though, from Newbee. And they move Kaka bottom to deal with the creep wave as well. So F-Wise Ags, we've talked about it through the draft, and we've been waiting for it. It is very nearly here, about 900 gold off the Ags. How much do you think that changes LGD's game plan or their chances in this game?
He's gonna have it with the next daytime, which is gonna come in 2.5 minutes. But it's a burst damage, a lot of heal. They need to play around this Coddle's Ags, but with the items that they have, Beastmaster with Vlad, they might just go and try to threaten tier 3 towers, but I'm not sure that's gonna work, especially since Sniper is super farmed.
Kaka.
Yeah, Kaka again, some flashy plays.
Hey, if he had any teammates there with him, that was a dead Kotl. Finds the bounty rune as Ame stands on top of his Sandstorm. Kaka here is just this kind of recon playmaker, finding bounty runes, stopping people from TPing, making sure that he is a huge nuisance across the map, not just in teamfights, but now he's been found with a grip. Ame even pops the Metamorphosis to try and secure this. The dust is required, and they will bring him down. Newbee still in position to try and keep this pressure on. Swing through the jungle, get some D-wards going, get some vision down for themselves. Maybe you don't want to push too far up here, do you now? Maybe. Maybe don't, yes, please back up. There we go.
So any big items coming out on the side of Newbee? Brewmaster has 2,000 gold saved up. Phantom Lancer already with the Yasha, wants to go, full Manta actually, wants to go for a Blink Dagger as well.
Role-playing as anti-mage?
Poor man's anti-mage.
Poor man's anti-mage, yeah. So Brew could think about a Radiance perhaps. Maybe just go for the Assault Cuirass, stack up some auras. Could be pretty nice there as the Aegis will expire over on the Sniper. Even the Sand King, Blink Force Staff's ready for Kaka, and he's moving towards the Eon Disc. Try and keep himself alive through these fights. Over on LGD, we nearly have the BKBs, the double done. As, of course, we've seen the Gyro with his already, unused as of yet. TB also building into one pretty quickly. And this is going to time in with this Ags. Again, it's the LGD kind of 25-minute timing. It's going to be here. I just worry about how strong and how effective it's actually going to be and what they can accomplish. But this kind of pick-off very quickly in onto Faith, take him down. Chalice will be found by Kaka, though, with a Force Staff forward, the Primal Split used. They'll trade off the Witch Doctor for the Beastmaster. Newbee won't find any additional kills. Primal Split does move forward, hunting in the back end there. The Shadows untouched by LGD. They're still shoving out waves.
They're still gonna have problems.
On the sniper, FY recalls in Arme, and they've got the grip. This is SCCC, the beyond godlike streak, and 918 gold into the pockets of Arme.
That's a lot of gold. Even though Sniper is so far ahead, they're gonna have problems pushing the tier 3 towers, especially if Keeper of the Light is alive.
Well, here we have it. LGD in position to execute their draft.
Yeah, Gyro was not farmed at all, but he caught up. He's what, same amount of farm as Panda, but he's gonna. Okay, they're gonna recall Beastmaster as well, probably. And
this is it, right?
The auras, yeah, they're gonna go. The Sniper has a buyback. I think he needs to buy back right now.
I mean, your tier 3's dying. There's the Illuminate. Kaka's gone! Oh, he has no buyback. Newbee, what's happening? LGD going for this monster push will bring down the tier 3. Melee Rack's falling as well. The heal coming out from Illuminate. FY keeping everyone lovely and topped up in their HP pools. And Newbee just, they don't know what hit them. We can see from a bird's eye perspective all these items being picked up. We know how the draft is executed, what's going to be happening. But just the speed at which LGD is able to snap in and take down that lane of racks. So beautiful to watch.
Just one pick off and that's it. Panda did not have ulti ready, so he can go in and dispel all those illusions. Even though if Sniper bought back, I don't think it would have done anything.
SCCC trying for the Hurricane Pike now. Newbee. I'm gonna start wondering what the hell they do against this. I mean, they did use their BKBs, right? The TB didn't. Gyro did. I saw that one, but the Terrorblade is still holding on to his 10-second BKB. Once they have Metamorphosis up, Shadowblade is nearly. Oh, it's done. No, it's complete. Beastmaster has Shadowblade, so if they're able to go in again for another one of those big pickoffs, it doesn't have to be the Sniper anymore, right? It could be the Brew. Could be the. It has to be the Brew or the Sniper, I think, to break high ground here. Kill one of those, force a buyback out. There's an Eon Disc on the Brewmaster, so that will definitely help here up against LGD.
Also, Sanking wants to go for one. It's the item was buffed from 80 to 70%. Now it feels way better. It's a kind of situational item, especially on, let's say, some cores in the late game when you're playing against Void, Beastmaster, and you're playing Omni Knight, you don't want to get bursted.
Against those big, like, Fiend's Grip, Roar.
Yeah.
Even like a homing missile or something catching you off guard with a stun. Anything that
this will be huge. Terrorblade is level 20 after he finishes this camp, so 10 reflection cooldown. Ice Frog, please.
Deal with his talent.
That talent seems so imbalanced. 0.5 seconds downtime. 100%. Like, it's dispellable, but you need to have a BKB, Mantis style, whatever.
Nice attempt with a Glimmer there. Try and keep maybe healthy. They're moving around the map here. LGD, you know, there's fresh wind in their sails. As they're able to shove out these waves, but Chalice, there's Kaka. Starting things off for his team to try and get in on top of this Beastmaster. With the dust forward, they're still unable to catch in, and now the turnaround from FY. Arme slaying people in the back end with his BKB Metamorphosis, and down goes Kaka as well. SCCC got jumped and obliterated, didn't even catch it as Faith. Now the backstab comes in. They ignore the Witch Doctor, they've gripped up the PL, they've got the damage to bring him down. The split will do nothing as LGD, the aggressive hordes of heroes, storming towards this Radiant base. I don't think there's a wall in the world that can stop them.
Gary, what is happening in this game? Like, it went from full Newbee, LGD can't win, to this game is going to be over in 5 minutes.
That's why I was asking you, like, how important is this Ags? How important are these BKBs? The 25-minute timing for LGD, is it gonna work? I was skeptical. I'll come out and say it right now. I did not think LGD had a chance in this game, but they have made it work. The pick on the sniper into bottom lane. Now the team fight mid with a blink on TB working absolute wonders. They'll bring down another tier 3. There's no buyback on sniper or PL. They've got this nighttime going, so they don't have the burst heal from Kotl, but it's still a huge chunk of damage coming into Newbee's base. Another melee racks will fall thanks to these TP illusions. Jump into X-Nova, borrow strike to cancel the TP. But if they come in and only lose the Bane, that's great for them. He'll actually force the epicenter to come out from Kaka. Newbee losing a lane and a half in about 4 or 5 minutes. LGD just kind of storming to victory. Now the PL's looking for FY though. Full staff TP, away he goes. The gem cannot be lost here. FY needs to keep it, and he will.
Kaka was, Kaka was not too far away. He had a 4-staff ready.
Close. Not close enough.
I'll take your tribute.
What is PL sitting at? Diffusal Blade, Manta Style, and Blink Dagger. They want to get the Roche. They know Terrorblade meta is down, but only for 30 seconds. I still think they can stall. Not the best Roche lineup that they have, especially with Kotl. If he goes right now, I don't think they know about it.
Backstab from Chalice. Coming from the west, TB illusions from the east. The haste rune's there, the blink reflection. In comes the blinding light play. Roshan nearly dead. The doppelganger over, but the age is taken up by Arme. There's LGD's win of the big fight. 3 down. PL to follow. GG's called. It's fucking over. LGD do it. Game 2. Beautiful swing of momentum, and Newbee scratching their heads, wondering what just hit them.
I think the build that they went for, the sniper one, didn't really pay off, and they were trying to get a pick off. Kaka got caught a couple of times before the fights even started, and this Terrorblade just went insane at one point. They just needed to catch a sniper off guard, and that's what they did. Suddenly this game is over in 3 minutes after sniper died. 1,000 gold to a Terrorblade. The heal that they have, the timing, it was during the daytime when Kotl finished his Aghanims. Beastmaster with a couple of auras. They couldn't do anything. Look at that gold swing. Bring it back again.
Yeah, I wanted to say 30 minutes and 23 seconds is how long the game lasted. Newbee, up until what, 25? 25 minutes of winning. 25 minutes of winning in a 30-minute game, and then 5 minutes of... Huh? That's got to be what's going on there. I mean... Deary me, LGD, superb performance. And we talked about Game 1, how they do not handle games where they are behind very well. This game proves me wrong, 100%. That was honestly superb there from LGD. I don't know if they dipped into their API key or something like that, but it was a very, very good job from LGD. Game 3 on the way. Tournament life on the line for both of these teams now. Newbee got to step things up because Game 3 is going to be a different beast. We'll take a short break, Lacoste. Let's get into game number 3, shall we?
ESL One Katowice is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, Alienware, PaySafeCard, Logitech G, and Hacks.